Hello guys, welcome back to Tech Projects. I am back with another video and this is the third part of our chat application series, and from this part we will write the code how to display all user from our database, and we will write the code how to show the profile of the user. We will write the code how to implement the fragments inside an activity. So this part is also going to very interesting, so watch this part till end. So after watching this part, if you have any query you can comment down below. So this is the second last part of our chat application series, and the next part will be going to the final part of our chat application series. So don't further delay, now let's start the video and see how to create our remaining chat app. So for this, simply open your NS Studio and simply open that project. So you can see this is my project, my chat app tutorial. So here first of all you can see I have to click on here. So this is our chat activity. So this chat activity does not contain anything, but I have to add 3 fragments inside our chat activity. So that fragment is status fragment, call fragment and chat fragment. It is your choice whether you want to implement fragments or not, but it is better if you want to know how to fetch data from database inside and fragment, and or how to work with fragments, so it is better. So now let's start the video and see how to do this. So first I close this, first I also close this. Now for doing anything, first of all we have to create 3 layout files and 3 Java classes. So let's move with our layout file. So for this I have to show how to do this. So simply right click on your layout, then you have to click on new, then you have to click on layout resource file, and after this you can give any file name, it is your choice. So I simply type here status fragment. So this is just a layout file and I will try to explain everything, so don't worry. So I click on OK. Now click on split. From here you have to simply change the constraint layout to relative layout, because in status fragment I am not going to add anything. I simply add a relative layout and then I will add a text here, and I will add a background color here to make it a little bit different. So I simply type here Android background and I can give any background color. Let's give this 9734, any random color, so it is better. This is not look very good, so click on the color palette and select this color. So I select this color. Now press enter first. Now we have to simply take a text view here, and then I simply type here wrap content, and height is also wrap content. Now I set any text. So this is my status fragment, so I simply type here status. Then after this I have to simply set the text size. So set text size is 40 sp, and now text style bold, text color white, and center in parent pass true. So this layout file is created successfully. Now what I have to do, I have to simply copy this layout file. So right click here on copy. So right click on status fragment, then copy, then simply copy this. After this right click on layout again, then simply paste and simply change the name. So instead of status fragment I need call fragment. Then click on refactor, so it will implement this. So click on split, simply change this message to calls, and after this you can change any color code. So I am going to use this color, but you can, it is your choice. So this is done. Now we need one more fragment for our chat fragment. So simply paste this here, and here I simply type here chat fragment. So you can give any name, it is your choice. I simply give the chat fragment. Now click on split. Now it's showing error, so let's see why it is error. So let's delete this because it's showing error. Then first of all simply copy any call fragment, this time copy, then click on layout, then paste, give the name here chat fragment, then click on refactor. So now it is also implemented successfully. So inside chat fragment I have to fetch all user from database, so I simply delete this text view, and for background color I simply set the text color white. So later I will write the Java code for how to fetch inside fragment. First of all we have to attach our fragment with our Java classes. So what did it mean? So if you know, when we create a new activity, it creates a Java class and also a layout file. So this layout file is just same as these layout files, but for attaching this layout file to our activity we have to create some Java classes. When we create activity, both things created, but if we want to create custom fragment then we have to create both things separately. First I create the layout files, then I have to create the Java classes correspond to that fragments. So hope you understand how this thing works. So let's create our, first of all for our status fragment. So right click on it, then new, then Java class, then I simply type here status fragment, then click on OK. Now this Java class created successfully. Now here you have to type here extends, then after this you have to type here fragment, so it will extend the fragment. Enter. Now press enter. Now inside this we have to take a on create view method. So simply type here override implement methods. Then you have to select from here on create view. It will automatically write the whole code, so you can see it is fine. Now instead of super dot on create, delete this, and here you have to type here layout inflator dot inflate, and I have to inflate the status layout file inside status fragment. So hope you understand. So I simply type here r.layout.status fragment, it is showing, then comma null. So this is done. Now our status fragment successfully attached this status Java class. Now copy this Java class, then copy, then right click on this package name, then paste inside of, this is for our call fragment, so I simply type here call fragment. So here I have to, inside call fragment Java class, I have to attach the call fragment. So this is also attached successfully. Now again right click on package name, then paste, then here I have, this is the chat fragment, so here I have to attach my chat fragment. So this is done. Now after this we have to create one more Java class to manage all of these things. Let us suppose user swipe up, let us suppose user directly click on anything, then we have to move the user from to that fragment. So for this we have to create a Java class which can manage all things. So that thing is known as pager adapter. So I will show you how to create this. So right click on your package name, then you have to click on new, then Java class. Now give the class name pager adapter. So you can give any class name. I simply give the pager adapter because it's working to manage the all Java classes. Now this pager adapter should extend the fragment pager adapter. So I simply type here extends pager adapter, fragment pager adapter. Now it should need two methods. So take your cursor here, simply click on implement methods, then click on OK. So you can see it write the whole code. Now take your cursor again here, then click on create constructor matching super, then select this one and then click on OK. Now inside this first we have to take a variable of our tap count type, because if we have 3 fragment, if we have 4 fragment, then we have to store that all number inside a variable. So I simply type here int, then tap count and then semicolon. Now come inside our public pager adapter, and inside this we have to simply set the behavior inside our tap count. So simply type here tap count equal behavior, then semicolon. Now this is done. Now for switch between fragment we have to use switch case inside our public fragment get item method. So now simply type here switch, then simply we have to get the position and then take 2 curly braces, and inside this if the case is 0, because I have a fragments according to chat fragment status and then call. So if case is 0, then I have to return the chat fragment. So I simply type here return new, then chat fragment, then semicolon. Now the second case is case 1. So here you have to simply type here case 1, then we have to return only status fragment. If the case is 1, then I simply type here return new, then status fragment. Now after this, if the case is 2, then it means this is the call fragment. So if case is 2, then I simply return the return new, then call fragment. So this is done. And at last there is a default case which you can write. So you have to simply type here default, then return null. So this is done. Now you can remove this default return null from at the bottom. Now after this you have to simply change the get count, and instead of 0 you have to return simply tap count. So this is done. Now where we want to work our fragment adapter work, so we have to set all fragments inside our chat activity. So simply open your chat activity, and first of all we have to declare some variables to work inside the chat activity. So press enter. Now first variable is tab layout type, so simply you have to type here tab layout, then after this give any variable name. I simply give the tab layout again, then semicolon. Now the second variable is tab item type, so simply type here tab item, then we have 3 items, so I simply give the variables name mchat, mcall and mstatus. Now after this we have a variable for view pager, so view pager, then semicolon. Now we have to declare a variable of our adapter class, so pager adapter, then pager adapter. I give any variable name, you can give any, it is your choice. Now after this, below this, what we have to do, we have to declare a variable of our toolbar type. So because we have to set toolbar instead of action bar, so simply type here androidx.appcompat.widget.toolbar, and after this give any variable name. So I simply type here toolbar. Now we have to simply assign the XML IDs into our Java IDs. So first of all tab layout, so tab layout equal find view by id r.id.tab layout. Then second is mchat equal find view id r.id.chat. Then mstatus equal find view mcall equal find view id r.id id dot call. Then status equal find viewer id r dot id dot call status. Sorry. So this is done. Now after this, what we have to do, we have to simply set the id of our toolbar. So toolbar equal find viewer id r dot id dot toolbar. Then we have to simply set the support of action bar, and we have to set toolbar. So set support action bar, and inside this we have to pass the id name of our toolbar. So this is done. Now after this, what we have to do, I forget to give the id name of view pager. So simply type here view pager equal find viewer id r dot id dot fragment container. Now we have to simply type here pager adapter equal new, then pager adapter, and inside this we have to simply type here get support fragment manager comma tab layout dot get tab count. So this is done. Now we have to simply set this adapter on our view pager. So this is work when user swipe up, swipe to right to left. So this work. So view pager dot set adapter, inside this pass pager adapter. Now we have to also set an on click listener. If someone click on tab item, let us suppose if someone click on status, then we have to move directly to status. So I have to simply type here tab layout dot set on tab selected listener. Then it new, then T. So it would automatically write the whole code. So inside this, you have to simply type here view pager dot set current item tab dot get position. So this is done. Now we have to simply pass cases if tab dot get position equal 0 or tab dot get position equal 1, tab dot get position equal 2. Then we have to simply type here pager adapter dot notify dataset chain. This is same as like recycle view. Now at the bottom you have to simply type here view pager dot add page on chain listener, then new, then tab layout, and inside this simply pass the tab layout. So this is done. Now after this, inside our chat activity, I also need a override menu from where user can click on override menu to go on profile and see the profile. So for this we have to create a menu resource file. So right click on resource, then you have to click on new, then you have to click on Android resource directory, then select the directory name menu and select the resource type menu, then click on OK. Now inside this we have to create a menu resource file. So right click on menu, then new, then give the file name menu, then OK. Now inside this you can add as many items, it is your choice, whatever items you want to add. So I simply take an open bracket item, take open bracket type item, then give any ID to the item. So first item is profile, so I simply type here profile, then I give the title profile, then close this. Now the second item is our setting. So I am going to use this item as a reference only to show you how to add more than one item. So Android title, then I set the title settings and give the ID name settings, then close this. Now close this menu resource file. Now I need a custom icon. By default the icon which is present in Android Studio is black color, but in my app I need white color icon. So that's why I have to import the drawable vector asset. So right click on your drawable, then you have to click on vector asset, select here, then inside the search bar simply type here what, and it will show lots of icon. So select this one, click on OK, change the color. So I prefer white color, then OK. So this is done. Now for setting the custom icon on our override menu, we have to write some code. So I will show you what is the code. So come on to the top, and here you have to type here drawable equal context compat dot get drawable. And after this, inside this bracket, what we have to pass our context, which is get application context. Then the second thing is our icon name r.drawable.vert. Then we have to simply set this icon on our toolbar toolbar.set overflow icon, inside this pass drawable. So this is done. Now for working of the override menu, we have to override two methods. So that two methods we have to override. So simply type here @ below this bracket and simply search for the on option item selected. So on option item selected, so press enter. Now here you have to simply return the true. Then we have to simply use a switch case. If user click on profile, then we have to perform different thing. If user click on settings, then we have to click different thing. So switch, inside this we have to type here item.getItemID case r.id.profile. If the ID is profile, then we have to simply open our profile activity. So I simply type here intent equal new intent create activity.this to profile activity.class. So it show error because I don't create this activity till now. So start activity intern. Now break this. Now I simply set the on-click listener on our settings. So I copy this code and paste the code here. Simply change the ID name and simply display the toast here. Toast.make text, get application context, and settings is clicked. Now we have to show the menu, we have to also override and one more method. So simply type here @override, and you have to simply search for on create options. So it will write this. Now we have to inflate the menu here. So simply type here menu inflator, give any ID, menu inflator equal get menu inflator. Then menu inflator dot inflate r dot menu dot, which is directory, and then dot, which is menu resource file, then comma, then menu, and instead of this we simply return true. So this is done. Now we have to create a profile activity. So right click on your package name, then new, then you have to click on activity, then select empty activity, give any name. To your activity I give the profile activity. So activity start creating, and you can see the error is gone. Now let's check our app whether the app is working or not, whether the override menu is working, and whether the tab layout is working or not. So before checking our app, first of all I have to add a Picasso library. So what is the Picasso library? So in previous video I already tell you how to fetch the image. I have an access token of the image. To load that access token, to load the image from that access token, we use libraries. So we can use Glide, we can use Picasso. So Picasso is the one of the important library. So we have to we use that library to fetch the image using the access token. So I will show you how to do this. So first of all we have to simply add that library. So for adding the Picasso dependency, first of all simply open your gradle.build.gradle module app. So I double click on it and it is loading. So now come down, and here we have to add a dependency. So you can simply type on Google Picasso dependency and you can get the latest version easily, and you can type this version and you can use latest version, it is your choice. So I simply type here implementation, then after this you have to type here com.square up, then dot Picasso, then again Picasso 2.71828. This is the currently latest version on the time of recording. So now after this you have to click on sync now, so it will implement this dependency. So I click on sync now. So now our chat app build successful. So dependency set up correctly. So I close this. So now first check our app whether the app is working or not. Then we will write the more code of find the data of profile activity and how to find the all user from our database in our chat activity. So let's write. So for this I have to connect my phone, and then I will press on run button. So I successfully connect my phone and I press on run button, and Gradle start building. So now Gradle build successful and it will install the application inside our phone. And now application install. Let's wait a minute, it will installing. So application installed successfully. So splash screen appear first, then we should move on our chat activity, and you can see this is our chat fragment. If I swipe, it is status fragment, and if I swipe, it is call fragment, and I can directly come on fragment by tapping. So this is also work fine, and swipe view pager is also work fine. Now let's click on override menu. If I click on setting, I get toast of settings click. If I click on profile, I successfully come on my profile activity. So it means every code is work fine till now. So now we have to write the code for our how to display the user profile, and then we will write the code how to display all user which is present our chat application. So minimize it and successfully come inside our. First we will design the layout of our profile activity. So double click on it. So I click on it activity profile, and then after this click on split, then minimize it. First of all change the constraint layout to relative layout, then we start writing our main code. So I simply type here relative layout and add a background color white. So this is done. So before writing any code, first of all we need some icons here, drawable icons like a like a back button and also a user logo. So for this you have to right click on drawable, and after this you have to click on new, then simply select here vector asset, and after this vector asset click on this dot icon, and from here simply type here person. So it will show the icon. So now this simply click on OK, and from here you have to change the color because I am going to use black color, so that's why I simply click on black and then choose, then click on next, and then we have to click on finish. So it is imported successfully. Now I need one more icon for our back button, which I am going to use inside my toolbar. So right click on drawable again, then new, then you have to click on vector asset, click on this icon, simply type here back, it will automatically show that icon. So I select this one, arrow back, then click on OK, then next, then simply click on finish. Now we are ready to write the code. So let's quickly design the layout first, then we will write the Java code. So first of all, I need a toolbar here. So it is better to copy the previous one toolbar. So I simply come inside our activity chat.xml. So double click on it, activity chat.xml. I open it, close the splash screen. Now after this, I need a toolbar. So simply copy this to code of toolbar. So I copy this code, Control C copy till toolbar. So Control C copy, then simply come inside our activity profile and simply paste the code here. After this, we have to make some changes. So first of all, we have to change the ID name. So instead of ID name toolbar, I need here ID name here toolbar of profile, view profile activity, view profile. This is done. Now below this, what I need a image button. So whenever user click on that image button, then we have to set the user back to our back activity. So simply take an open bracket, type here image button. After this, give the layout width 40 dp is fine, and layout height is also 40 dp is fine. So I set the layout height is also 40 dp. Then after this, now give any ID. So I simply type here ID, and I give the ID name here back button of view profile. So this is done. Now below this, you have to simply set the tint white. So it is not necessary, but it is better. Set the background. So I need a background transparent because we are setting this on toolbar. So that's why we have to set background. So I have to take and @Android. Then you have to simply type here color transparent. Select this one. So this is done. Now we have to set the source. So source is our back. So when I type back, it automatically shows Resham. So this is arrow back. So click on this. So this is done. Now after this, what I have to take, I have to simply type here center vertical pass true, but it is not necessary, but we can pass this. Now close this. Now this is our text view. So instead of my chat app, I need here profile, your profile. You can type any text, it is your choice. I simply type here your profile. Then after this, you have to simply type here layout to right off, and here you have to simply type here back button of view profile. So it automatically plays this text here, you can see. Now we have to also pass one thing here. So first of all, give the margin left. So it is give the margin left, 10 dp is fine. Now after this, it is not necessary to change the text. It is because we are not going to use this your profile text anywhere. So it is not necessary to change its ID. Simply pass here center vertical pass true. So that's done. Now the toolbar is created successfully. Now below this toolbar, what we need an image view where we can show the user image. So what we can do, I can simply open the activity, which is our activity set profile. So double click on it. Now from here, I can simply copy the code of card view and also the code of text view. So it is better to simply copy this code. So I simply copy the code from this here to up to card view. So Control C copy, simply open your activity profile.xml. Then we can make change inside this code because it is not worthy to write the code again and again. Now the first thing we have to make change inside our IDs. So click on this image view first. So this is our card view. So instead of get user image, we have to type here view user image. So this is done. And instead of this get user image in image view, view user image in image view. So this ID is set successfully. Now below this card view, first of all, what I need an image view to show the icon. So I simply type here image view and then set the layout with 50 dp is fine. Height is also 50 dp is fine. Then you have to simply give any ID. So I simply give the ID logo of view profile. So we are not going to use it, but we can give any ID because we are going to use as a reference for our edit text. Now give the source. So I simply type here source person. So this is done. Now we have to simply set the tint, and I give this color Android tint 716E6E. So we have to set app tint, not Android tint. Now we can see this is implemented successfully. Simply pass here center in parent pass through to place this into center. So 716 E6E. This is the code. So you can see it is fine. Now what I need to type here, I have to simply type here. First of all, let's make change inside our edit text. So instead of, I have to change the ID name first. So instead of get username, I have to type here view username. So this is done. And also this is our edit text. So user can't edit this. We have to simply type here clickable false, and then we can simply type here enabled false. So maybe you're wondering why I not here use any text view here instead of edit text, because edit text provide an underline which will give a little bit good effect. So you can also use text view, it is your choice. You can also use edit text. For disabling the edit text view, you can simply type this Android clickable false and Android enable false, so it will disable the edit text. Now after this, what we have to type here, I have to change the margin left and margin right. Margin left 90 dp is fine, and margin right is also 90 dp is fine. And then simply type here center horizontal pass through. Now click on this image view, and here we have to type here align left. So it will align to our view user name. Simply pass this ID name, so it will align to the left of this. And now set the margin left. So margin left, and give the margin left minus 60 dp. So the height width is 50 dp, so that's why I simply type here minus 60 dp. So it will automatically increase the 10 dp gap between them. So this is implemented successfully. Now below this edit text, what I need a text view where user can click on that text view. First of all, I have to make change here. So because I changed the ID name of this edit text, so that's why it's moving upward. So you can see I pass here layout of get username. So instead of get username, you have to type the ID name of view username. So this is done. Now what I can do, below this I need a text view. So when user click on the text view, we have to move the user from this activity to our edit profile activity. So simply take a text view here, simply set the layout with wrap content, height is also wrap content. Now we have to simply set any text which you want. So I simply type here want to update your profile. Then you have to simply type here center in parent pass through, then layout below, and simply give the ID name here view username. Then give the margin top 50 dp is fine. Then padding left 20 dp is fine. Also give the padding right is also 20 dp is fine. And then give the padding bottom, from bottom 10 dp is fine, and from top is also 10 dp is fine. Now give any ID. So I simply type here ID move to update profile, and after this we have to simply give any text color. So you can give any color, it is your choice. So I simply type a hashtag 303030. So I am going to use this color code. Now close this. So this is the profile activity is created successfully. Now we have to write the Java code how to fetch the user image inside profile, and also how to fetch the username inside this profile. So simply come on our profile activity.java file .java class. So here we have to write our main code. Simply type here edit text, and this is edit text to show the username. So simply type here mview username. Then below this I need a object of Firebase auth. So simply type here Firebase auth. Now we also need a Firebase database to fetch the name of the user, Firebase database. Then we have to simply type here text view. So this text view is help to take the user from this activity to update profile activity. So simply I give the name here move to update profile. Then below this what we need also an object of Firebase Firestore. So why I need this I will tell you later, but simply type this with me. Then after this you have to simply type an image view to show the user image. So I simply type here view user image in image view. Then we need a storage reference object. So storage reference variable of storage reference type to fetch the user image. Then after this what we need our access token which will help to fetch the user image. So private string, then image URI access token. So you can give any variable, it is your choice. Now after this what we need our toolbar to set the support on inside our action bar. So androidx.app.compare.widget.toolbar, and give any variable name. So I give the variable name toolbar of view profile. Now we have to take the variable of image button type, image button, because this is our back button. So I simply type here m back button of view profile. This is done. Now we have to assign the XML ID into our Java IDs. So first of all, remove the extra space from here, then press enter, and here we have to write our main code. So first simply assign our view username and view user image inside image view. So I can simply type here view user image in image view. So this is m instead of m, this is m. So it is not showing here. So let's come inside our activity profile. So why it is error? So view user image in image view. So this is done. So that's why it is not appearing here. So the mistake is that I did not type here find view by ID, and inside this I have to pass the r.id.view user image in image view and delete this extra word and add a semicolon. Now we have to show the user name view user name equal find view by ID r.id.view user name. Then we have to simply type here m move to update profile equal find view by ID r.id.move to update profile. Then below this we need a object of Firebase Firestore dot get instance. Then we need a object of Firebase. First we have to take the reference Firebase storage. So Firebase storage is not appearing here, so for now leave it. First assign the XML IDs m toolbar of view profile equal find view by ID r.id dot toolbar of view profile. Then we have to set the m back button of view profile equal find view ID r.id dot back button of view profile. Then below this we need a Firebase database equal Firebase database dot get instance and Firebase auth equal Firebase auth dot get instance. Now the last thing is left storage, so that's why I'm not able to use it. So first of all, take the variable here Firebase storage and give the variable name Firebase storage. So this is done. Now we can use this. So Firebase storage equal Firebase storage dot get instance. So this is done. Now first of all, we can simply type here set support action bar. We have to set the support of action bar. We have to set toolbar on our action bar. So set support action bar, and inside this simply pass the ID name of our toolbar. So this is done. Now if someone click on back button, then what we have to do, we have to simply take the user from to our back activity. So m back button of view profile set on click listener new, then capital O and press enter. Inside this what we have to do, we have to simply finish this activity, so it will automatically send the user to our back. So this is very easy. Now we have to take the reference of our storage. So storage reference equal Firebase storage dot get reference. Then we have to simply use that path where we store our image. So storage reference dot child. So instead of this, I can simply open the set profile Java activity. So I have to check when I pass the image. So this is the code send image to storage, and inside this you can see this is the path storage reference dot child, and I use the store the image here. So I can simply copy this code and simply paste the code here, because you have to pass the same path, otherwise it's not going to work. So this is storage reference S. Now what we have to do below this, after this what we have to type here get download URL, because we need an access token of this image. Add on success listen new, then capital O and press enter. So it will successfully give our the UI. Now we can store that UI inside our image URI variable, image URI access token, and inside this I can simply type here URI to string. Now after this I have to load the image inside our image view. So for this we have to use Picasso to load the image using an access token. So I simply type here Picasso. Then after this you have to simply type here get, then load. What we have to load URI, and where we have to load inside our image view into, and we have to simply pass the ID name of our image view, mview user image inside image view. So this is done. So you can see the Picasso is very easy. Now we have to take the database reference, because I have to also fetch the name database reference equal Firebase database dot get reference, and inside this we have to simply type here Firebase auth that get UID. So we store the username on using the UID. So I open this and I will show you how I store the name. So we have to pass the same path if we want to save and fetch the data from that path. So where I send the data to real time, so you can see I store the data Firebase database .get reference and UID. So hope you understand why I type this here. Now we successfully get this path. Now we have to simply fetch the value. So database reference dot add value event listener, then new, then capital V. So it will send the data inside our snapshot. So we have to simply type here, we can use user profile class, because I already tell you in previous part, if we want to use Fire real-time database, then we have to use a Java class. So I simply declare a object of that class, user profile, user profile, and equal. Then you have to simply type a snapshot dot get value, and inside this we have to pass the user profile dot class. Now we have to simply show the name mview username dot set text, and inside this we can use the object of muser profile dot get username. So this is done. Now it will set the text. So this is done. Now add a semicolon here. So we successfully get the both things of name and image. And inside this on cancel, if something wrong happened, then we can simply display a toast. It is your choice whether you want to show the toast.make text get application context, and I can simply type here fail to fetch. Then after this toast.lengthshot.show. Now the second thing, if user click on move to update profile, then what we have to do, we have to simply send the user to this activity to update profile activity. Set on click listener, then new, then capital O and press enter. Now inside this what we have to use intent equal new intent, and we have to simply type here profile activity dot this to update profile dot class. And then we have to simply start the activity, start activity intent. So it show error because I don't create this activity till now, but don't worry. So right click on your package name, then new, then we have to click on activity, then select empty activity from here, and after this you have to simply type here update profile, then click on finish. So it will create this activity. So this activity is created successfully. Now first check whether our app is working or not. So, and we will see whether our data is fetching or not. So I have to connect my phone, and then I will press on run button. And after running the app, and after successfully of this app running, then we will write the code how to fetch the all user from our Cloud Firestore inside our chat fragment. So I successfully connect my phone, and now I press on run button. So now the app built successfully, and it will install the application inside my phone. So now application install successfully. So splash screen first appear here, then I have to come on my chat activity. So this is fine. Now I click on profile. So after click on profile, first of all this is the layout, and here I have to show my name and image. So name is Brijesh and image is this. So you can see in my previous part while I creating the profile, I use this image and image. So you can see it is work fine. And if I click on want to update your profile, I successfully come on new activity. And if I click on this back button of toolbar, I successfully come back. So you can see everything is work fine. Now we have to write the code how to fetch the data of users from our Cloud Firestore to show the all user inside our chat fragment. So let's start writing that code. So first of all I have to close everything. So for showing all data inside our chat fragment, first of all we have to design a recycler view, and for using the recycler view we have to create a layout of recycler view first, how our recycler view works and how our recycler view items looks. So for this we have to create a layout file. So right click on layout, then you have to click on new, then you have to click on layout resource file. Now you can give any name to your layout. So I simply give the name chat view layout, and simply set the constraint layout to relative layout. Now click on OK. So it will create this layout file, and then we can start writing then we write the design how to write the code for our layout file. So click on OK. Now click on split. So first of all, instead of layout height of match parent, you have to set it to 90 dp. So this is the perfect height for our chat view. So 90 dp is fine, and then we have to add a background color white. So don't forget to change this, otherwise it will show the item, but it will show one item on one screen. Now below this what we need a relative layout first. because in our recycler view there are lots of items like image view, username, and also a text view to show whether the user is online and offline. So this is for this. Now set the layout height is also match parent, and padding left 10 dp, padding right 10 dp, padding top 10 dp, and padding bottom minus 5 dp. So you will automatically understand when I will write the whole code, so why I type this. Now close this. Now below this what we need a text view. So simply take an open bracket, type here text view, but sorry for this. First of all, simply set the wrap content, and height is also wrap content. Now cut this text view from here because I need this inside relative layout. So simply paste this here. Now we have to simply set any text. First of all, I set the text name display is here. So we have to set name using from our database. So this is just a demo text which I want to show whether how it is looking. And then we have to simply set the margin top 15 dp is fine. Then after this we have to simply set the text size. Text size is 20 sp is fine. Then we have to set the text style. Text style is bold. Then we have to set the text color. So you can give any color, it is your choice. I give my color. This is 0b 0b 0b. So this is done. Now close this. Now it will show the name. Now below this text view what we need one more text view. Set the layout with wrap content, height wrap content, and set the text. So you can give any text. I simply type here status displays here. Set the text size. So I set the text size. Text style, first of all, don't need a text style. Text size 12 sp is fine. Then we have to set the margin left. Margin left is 15 dp is fine. Give the margin top 3 dp is fine. Set any id. So I give the id name here status of user, and I forget to give the id name here, so I have to give id name here, name of user. Now we have to simply type here layout below, and we can pass the id name here, name of user. And now we can set any text color. It is your choice whether you want to use any color code or not. So 6a 6a 6a, this is my color code. Then close this. Now after this what we have to do, we have to create a card view, and then inside card view we have to take a image view to make the circular image view. So that's why what we can do, we can simply copy the code activity profile, simply come inside this and simply copy this code of this card view, Ctrl+C copy, and then come inside here, simply paste the code here. Set the layout with 55 dp because we don't need so much high size, and set the layout height is also 55 dp. Import this app card corner radius, alt enter, create namespace declaration, it will remove the error. Then set the app card corner radius 55 dp, and now we have to simply type here card view of particular user, card view of user. Then what we have to do, we have to remove this margin left, and also we have to remove this center horizontal. So what I can type here, first of all we have to type here align parent left, pass through, so it will align to the left. Now we have to give the center vertical pass through, so it will place in center in vertical direction. So this is done. Now inside image view what we have to type here, image view of user. We have to give different ID name everywhere. Now click on the name, and after click on the name we have to type here layout to right of, and we can pass the ID name card view of user, so it will automatically set the space here. And after this you can give margin left, it is your choice whether you want to give an extra space here or not. So I can simply type here margin left 15 dp is fine. The same thing which I can do with the status. So click on status, layout to right of, and I can simply type here card view of user. So you can see now the layout file is created successfully for our recycler view. Now for fetching the data from our Cloud Firestore directly inside recycler view, we have two methods. First of all, we get the all value inside data snapshot and we can use that. And first of all, there is new method which is provided by Android, and that method is Firebase Recycler Adapter. And this is the better way if you want to fetch data from Cloud Firestore directly in Cycle View. So for fetching the data inside recycler view, first of all, we have to create a model class. So right click on your Java package name, then you click on Java class and simply type here Firebase model, then click on OK. Now inside this you have to give the same variable name which you give on runtime when you save the data on Cloud Firestore. So first of all, I show you how I give the variable name. So I click on set profile and here I send the data on Cloud Firestore. So where is the code? So you can see I'm not able to find the code. Let's wait. First of all, send data to Cloud Firestore. Here is this function. So this is send data Cloud Firestore. So you can see I store on Cloud Firestore. There is a way to store the data using key and value format. So this is the key, name, image, UID, status. So you have to use the same methods here. So simply type a string, then give the same name. Otherwise it's not going to work. Same name, image, string, UID, string, status. So this is done. Now we have to simply import the constructor and getter and setter. So click on getter and setter, select all, OK. Then we have to import the constructor, alt insert, constructor, select none, this is fine. Now we have to also import the parameterized constructor, select all, then click on OK. So this is done. Now this class is created successfully. Now close this and also close this. Now simply come inside our chat fragment, and here we have to write the code how to fetch data from our Cloud Firestore directly in recycler view, or we can say in fragment inside a recycler view. So for using the Cloud Firestore UI adapter, we have to import our dependency first. So I will show you how to add dependency. For this, we simply come inside our Gradle build.gradle module app, and after this press enter first here and simply type here implementation space com dot firebase UI firebase dash UI dash firestore 4.1.0. So this is the currently latest version. Then click on sync now. So it will import this class. So now dependency is set up correctly and we can write the code. So close this build.gradle. Now we have to write all code here. So now we have to simply, first of all, we have to take the object of Firebase Firestore because we want to fetch the data from Firebase Firestore. So I have to simply type here Firebase Firestore, then Firebase Firestore, then semicolon. Now we have to take the linear layout manager. So first of all, I have to show one thing, chat fragment.xml, and here I don't take any recycler view. So first I need to take a recycler view here. So simply take an open bracket, type here recycler view, set the layout with match parent, height is also match parent, give any ID, and I give the ID name here recycler view because I want to use this, and then close this. Now simply come inside our chat fragment again. Now we have to take the object of Firebase auth. Now we have to take an image view to show the user's image inside our image view. So simply type here image view, give the name any image view. So I simply type here m image view of user. So you can give any ID name, it is your choice. Now we have to take the one of the most important thing to fetch the data from Cloud Firestore directly inside a recycler view. We have to use Firestore Recycler Adapter. When you type this, it will show you error. So click on this and simply click on import class. So it will import this class. So you can see this is the class com.firebase UI Firestore Recycler Adapter. So close this. Now after this, we have to take two parameters inside this. First of all, which is our Firebase model class. So I simply type here Firebase model. And second thing, which is our note view holder. So I don't create this note view holder till now, so it will show error. So don't worry, now give any adapter name. I simply give the chat adapter. So if you want to know the detailed description how the recycler view work, you can check the video in my Android project how to create recycler view, normal recycler view. So it will give you an idea how what is view holder and what is adapter. Now below this, what we have to do, first of all, we have to remove this line. If we want to fetch data, if we want to work in fragment, then we have to remove this. Then we have to take a view equal inflator dot inflate, and inside this we have to type here r.layout dot chat fragment. Then we have to pass the container, and then we have to attach to root, we have to pass it false. So this is done. Now we have to take the Firebase auth instance of Firebase auth dot get instance. Also we need an instance of Firebase Firestore equal Firebase Firestore dot get instance, and we have to set the recycler view ID. So first I don't declare recycler view here, so simply type here recycler view, give any ID name. I simply give the m recycler view equal find view ID. So we can't use directly find view ID, we have to use the view. So we have to type view, can see view name is v, so v dot find view ID, and inside this we have to pass the r dot id dot recycler view. So this is done. Now add a semicolon. Now after this we have to fetch all data from our Cloud Firestore, and we can say we have to fetch all user. In the next part we will write the query how to fetch all user except me, but in this part I will write the code how to fetch all user, because on my database currently I have only one user and that's me. So that's why for showing you whether it is working or not, so I have to pass fetch all user. So I simply type here query equal, then inside this we have to pass the instance of Firebase Firestore, then we have to pass the collection, then inside collection you have to pass the path where your all user is stored, semicolon. So I will come inside our set profile, whenever set the profile. So you can see this is the collection where I store the all user inside our user collection, and inside this, after this we have the document of according to UID, but we have to fetch all user. We don't need to fetch only one specific ID, we have to fetch all IDs. So that's why I have to simply close this up to this path. So I can simply type here up to user. Now all data come inside this query. After this you have to type here, first of all press enter, and now type here Firestore recycler option. So it is inbuilt, you can see. Now after this, what we have to pass here inside this, we have to pass our model class. So our model class name is Firebase model. Then you have to give any variable name. So I simply give here variable name all username equal. Then after this you have to again create the object of this. So new Firebase recycler options, and inside this you have to pass again your model class and come outside from this bracket. First of all you have to type here dot builder, so it will build this. Now inside this, after this, first of all we have to set query, because we fetch the data according to query, so we have to set query, and inside this you have to simply query, and second parameter is our model class again, Firebase model dot class. Then simply build this and then semicolon. So now this is done. Now after this we have to use this chat adapter. So I will show you where is this. So this chat adapter, now we are going to use this. So press enter and simply type here chat adapter equal then new Firestore recycler adapter. So it will automatically write the whole code, which is on bind view holder and on create view holder. Now first add a semicolon here. Now inside on bind view holder, what we have to do, we have to simply set the text on wherever we want, and inside on create view holder, what we have to do, so let's create this first of all our note view holder, because I don't create the note view holder till now. So where we have to create note view holder, just simply leave this one bracket at last, and after this bracket, first of all let's create note view holder, then we will write more code. So inside this we have to simply type here public class name is note view holder, then it extends the recycler view dot view holder, Now take two curly braces. Now we have to create constructor matching super. So click on this and simply write this. Now after this, what you have to type? We have to, first of all, we have two things: private text view and particular username. I simply give the name here particular username. You can give any variable name, because inside my recycler view I have 3 items. I will show you. So this is our chat view layout. So I open this and here you can see these are 3 items. One is our text view to show the name, one is another text view to show the status, and one is image view. So image view I have to declare globally, so that's why I not type here. But for assign the XML ID into Java IDs, I simply take here two text view, private text view again, and then status of user. You can give any variable name, it is your choice. Now we have to simply assign the XML IDs into our Java IDs. So simply type here particular username equal item view dot find view by ID r dot id dot name of particular user, name of user. Then second thing, status of user equal item view dot find view by ID r dot id dot status of user. So let me confirm what is the ID name. So I click on this and click on this. So ID name is status of user and name of user. So this ID is confirmed. Now image view ID name is image view of user. So I have to take the image view globally. So I already take a variable of m image view of user. So I simply type here m image view of user equal item view dot find view by ID r dot id dot image view of user. So this is done. Now XML ID set into our Java IDs. Now we can use this, and then we have to simply set the data on our variables, and it is very easy. Now first of all, simply come inside our on create view holder. This is on create view holder. Inside this, simply delete this return null, and here you have to type, first of all we have to create view. Then we have to inflate the layout inflator dot from where you have to inflate parent dot get context. Then we have to inflate this and what we have to inflate r dot layout dot, so it will attach our chat layout, so chat view layout. Then after this we have to simply pass the parent and then false. So this is done. Now add a semicolon here, and then we have to simply return this, return new note view holder. So it will every time return the new object of this, and it will set the data. Now after this it's showing error still, so we have to set the recycler view. So you have to simply type here m recycler view dot set has fixed size true. Inside this you have to pass true. Then you have to create a linear layout manager, because our recycler view is linear. Then inside this we have to pass context first, then linear layout manager dot set orientation, and we have to simply set the orientation vertical. Then after this m recycler view dot set layout manager, and simply set this linear layout manager. Now after below this m recycler view dot set adapter, and inside this we have to pass our chat adapter. And below this what we have to do, we have to simply return v. So every error is gone now. Now this line is still showing error, and also we have to write code inside our on bind view holder where we set data on our variables. So first of all come inside this, and it say to pass parameter. So inside this parameter we have to pass our all username. Now this is done. Now we have to simply set on our note view holder dot particular username dot set text. What I have to set text, and which I get the data from our Firebase model. So simply type here Firebase model dot get name. So this is done. Now below this I have to set the image. So I store the data on my Firebase Firestore image inside of URI access token. So I simply fetch the URI first. So I simply declare a variable URI, and I simply get the that URI. So I simply type here chat Firebase model dot get URI, get image. So I store the URI inside using an image variable, and now we have to simply load this URI on our image view. So simply type here Picasso dot get dot load inside this pass URI, then where we have to load into particular particular image view of user. So this is done. Now we have to show the status. So if Firebase model dot get status dot get equals, we compare the status whether the status is online or offline. If Firebase model dot get status dot equals, if it is online, then what we have to do, we have to simply show the status on our note view holder. Note view holder dot set status of user dot set text, and inside this we have to simply type here chat Firebase model dot get status. After this we simply set the text, and now we have to change the color. Note view holder dot set dot status of user dot set text color, and inside this you have to pass color dot green. And inside else part, what we have to type, we have to simply set the status, and if it is offline then we don't need to change any color. Note view holder status of user dot set text, and inside this you have to pass Firebase model dot get status. So this is done. If status equal online, then we have to simply change the color green, and if offline, then we have to simply set the status. Now one thing I can also do, if someone click on this activity, or if someone click on anyone want to chat to anyone, then we have to simply open the new activity. So for this you have to type here note view holder dot item view dot set on click listener, then new, then capital V, and press enter. And inside this for now I can simply display a toast dot make text get application context get activity, and inside this we have to give any message. Inside fragment, if we want to display toast, then we have to simply type here get activity, and if we want to display toast inside an activity, then we have to type get application context. So hope you understand. Now any toast message, so I simply type here item is clicked, then any toast dot length short, then dot show. So this is over for this video. Now first check whether this app is working and whether it is fetching data from our cloud Firestore or not, and if it is fine working, then we will see what we do in next part. So I have to connect my phone, then I will press on run button. So I connect my phone and then I press on run button, and Gradle start building. So now let's wait for Gradle building, and if you don't like the video till now, then please like the video, and if you don't subscribe the channel, then please subscribe the channel for more Android projects, web development and Python projects. So now application installed successfully, so splash screen working here. Then we should move on chat activity, and I successfully come on my chat activity. So it not showing any user. So it not showing any users. So I have to check what is the problem inside the code. So the problem is that I don't add a chat adapter listening. So this is very serious mistake, and you can see this one line cause our code is not working. So we have to simply implement an override method on start. So when you type here on start, so this is the override method. So you can see these are the brackets, so you should leave only 2 brackets at the end. Now inside this you have to simply type here chat adapter dot start listening, so it will start listening your adapter. So this is fine. Now we can also implement an override method on stop, and inside this what I can pass, if chat adapter not equal to null, then we can stop listening. So I can simply type here chat adapter dot stop listening. Now our code is finally ready. Now one thing I forget to add inside our chat view layout. So simply open your chat view layout and double click on it. And inside this I forget to add a divider line which will separate the multiple users. So below this card view, what we need a divider line. So press enter first here, and then we have to simply take a relative layout here. So simply take a open bracket, type here relative layout, set the layout with match parent, and height of the layout is 0.1 dp. Now we have to simply set the margin left. 10 dp is fine. Now you have to simply set a background tint, and you can give any color, it is your choice. So I tap hashtag A6 A6 A6. Then after this we have to simply add a background also, hashtag A6 A6 A6. Then below this, what I have to type, layout below, and you have to pass the card view of user. Then we have to type here layout to right of, card view of user again, and then we have to simply type here margin top and give the margin top -5 dp. And now close this. So you can see this line is also created successfully. Now we can successfully run our app. So I simply collapse the empty tag to remove the warning. Now our code is ready for this video. Now let's check our app again and see whether it is working or not. So I press on run button, Gradle start building. So the app built successful. Now it will install the application inside our phone, and application installed successfully. So I successfully come on my chat fragment, and here I can see it show my name. And because I have only one user on my database, so you can add as many user and you can check whether the app is working or not. So it is working fine and everything is perfect till now. So this is the end of the second last part of our tutorial. Now the next part will be going to the last part and final part of the chat app series, and in the next part we will add some icons to our splash screen and to set profile. Then we change the title bar color, and after this we will write the code after this we will write the code for one-to-one chat. So the next part will be going to the final part, and I will cover an entire thing in the next part. So if you don't like the video, then please like the video. And one more thing I want to show, let us suppose if I click on any item, you can see I get the toast, item is clicked. So you can see item on click listener work fine. So then in the next part we will write also code how to update profile, user profile, how to chat between user, and we will design lots of layout and we will understand lots of concept in the next part. So if you have any query, you can comment down below, and I have tried to give the answer of every comment. Please like the video and subscribe the channel, and please share this video with your friend. So thank you, see you soon in next amazing video.